Hello and welcome to the Studio Brutal video. Here I'm going to show you how to get these really short rumbles you can hear in the background, like that you get in Shed Records, Head High, and yeah, that kind of thing. It's basically taking, you can hear it there, you're going to need headphones for this. You can, it's basically taking a normal rumble and processing it a bit different in a sampler. But yeah, I'll show you how. First of all, if you don't want to set up your own rumble chain, I will make this a signal chain available in the description below. It's totally free. So yeah, go and get that, and yeah, then you can follow along. And yeah, please, while you're there, like and subscribe. It really helps us out. Thank you very much. So yeah, let's get into it. So this is the really short rumble sample. It's a sub bass that you hear in these sorts of records like Head High. So basically what you want to do is you want to make a long rumble sample and then take it into a sampler. So yeah, this is I've used the 909. It's a bit different to Shed's one, the sound, but it's because I'm using the 909 core kit, which I think most people will have. So yeah, so basically you can follow along. So yeah, basically you're just taking a kit, the 909 core kit, and then you're making a kick drum. I haven't put 4 kicks in the bar, I've only put 2. You can see here, and the reason for that is I want to hear long rumbles and then put them in the sampler without another kick coming in too quickly. So yeah, it's just a 909 core kick. That's it, no processing. And then I've added a rumble. Like I said, I'll put this chain in the description below so you can get it. It's basically reverb quite. It's like over it. It's about 1.5 seconds. Then it's filtered down and processed. Sorry, that's the rumble. It doesn't really matter how long it is because we're going to cut it down the sampler anyway. So you want enough tail on it basically. And then I've used drum bus to process it. You can use anything as well. You can just add distortion here if you want, but I would wait till after the sampler, because then you can change as much as you like. Because we're going to bounce this, so yeah, I don't want to put too much on this because we're going to process it in the sampler. And then there's another auto filter with drive here at the end to basically to distort it, but take the high end off. And yeah, and then when you've done that, you want to freeze it. So you're just, this is it frozen. You're basically right clicking on it, freeze track, and then once it's frozen, right click on it and flatten it. And so instead of being MIDI like this, it's now like you've recorded it in from a hardware. It's audio. It's a little bit clipped, but that's alright for now. So yeah, and then what you're going to do is right click on that, not right click on it, I'll just make a sampler. Here I've got a sampler, and I've just dragged this freeze into the sampler, just dragged it in like that, and dragged it right into the sampler there, drag it in here, and then I've moved this, you can see this, let me just make it a bit bigger actually, oversize it, yeah. So yeah, and then I've moved the start point. That's you get the kick. You can hear the punchy kick still. So if I move the start point here, I've put snap on here, which will quantize it so it doesn't clip. Not quantize it. It moves it to the nearest point where it's 0 decibels, so it stops it clicking. So I put snap on and move it until I like what I hear basically. And you can just get the tail if you want, yeah, and basically move it till it sounds good. And then I love sampler. It's got these analog distortion models. So yeah, I put it on OSR and added drive of 14 here. You can go really far with these if you like, too far. You can also add shaper if you like. But yeah, that'll do for now. And then this is the key part of it really. To shape the sound is the attack. If I take the attack off, it sounds like that. So I want it to come in slowly, so let me slow the kick. So it goes kick and then rumble really quickly. Also just to say, I'm processing the kick with distortion and EQ, so the kick and the rumble are in a group with this overdrive and drum bus, so they're both hitting the same distortions, so they sound like, you know, they're in the same place. So yeah, let me just go back to the rumble. So yeah, we're processing this through that distortion. So yeah, so you really want to shape it here, and this as well, you're cutting it short on the thing. If I reset this to, if I let the whole thing, it just sounds like a massive normal too long, so I'm cutting it short, and then basically just shaping it here. It's really subtle, but that's you might want to put more distortion on it as well, so you can, while you're shaping it, so you can hear it, and then put it back down. But so you get kick rumble real quick, and because of the attack, the rumble's not quite in the right place, which gives it the sort of off swing which you hear on a lot of shed records. And then you're taming it down by pulling the release in, and that's quite good. You can build that in the track. In the track you can move that up occasionally if you want to have a longer note. Yeah, and then after that it's just, again, just like absolutely shaped with filter, with distortion on the drive. Again, another one, distorting it but pulling the top end in. If I take that down, it's a bit more hollow. And then the EQ is a bit nuts, but basically I'm cutting where this kick is hitting, so the kick's got space to come through, and then I'm boosting the frequencies around it, but then cutting off the stuff I don't need on the top end and the low end. So yeah, that's it, and it sounds like that. And you can just get in. You can even move it off with track delay if you want, right? So it's a bit off, or with MIDI, like you can move it off the bar like that, more offbeat. But yeah, that's the key to that sound. Is really is a lot of distortion and filtering down, but shaping it on the amp envelope here, so you get a little bit of so you get not much release and a lot of attack, and then processing it, assessing it with distortion. So yeah, that's it. And yeah, you can have a play about with all the settings and try processing it differently, and using like amp as well. Amp's a good one if you want to get a more harder sound. Like, I'll put it at the end there. But yeah, so that is it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so yeah, get the rumble rack from the description below, and yeah, please like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out. And yeah, thanks a lot for listening to this. I hope you find this useful. If you have any comments or requests for anything else, please let me know below. And yeah, good luck with your music making. Have a good day. Take care. Goodbye.